Hello everyone and welcome to this review. We're going to be discussing Monday Night Raw, and because Monday Night Raw is normally a pretty shitty show, this may be a pretty short review, but hopefully we can get some stuff and we can discuss some things. So we started off with Goldberg, or Oldberg as I like to call the guy. He flapped his gums about, winning the WWE title. I would not put it past them to have him win the WWE title and then hold it to Saudi Arabia where they do a rematch, something like that. But at the end of the day, I don't want to see Goldberg win. But it's typical WWE, always bringing in part-timers to take away opportunities. And Goldberg's son was in the crowd, and he was in the front row, mainly just there for the Goldberg segment. MVP flapped his gums at him, telling him that Bobby Lashley's going to end his father's career. Goldberg comes back out and gives MVP a spear. Who the hell cares? And Bobby Lashley later on in the show did accept his challenge. Drew McIntyre battled Veer and Shanky. I mean, who gives a toss about these guys? Jinder Mahal is just awful. And this match ends via disqualification. Typical. Another disqualification ending for these two guys. I mean, what's the point in having them wrestle if you're just going to keep doing DQ endings? So Drew would win by disqualification. Jinder would have a chair. They tried to gang up on him, and then Drew pulled out his sword, and Jinder and his lackeys ran like a bunch of pussies. And then we had a first time ever match. It was Rhea Ripley taking on Nia Jax. And I'm not going to lie to you, this wasn't too terrible of a match. This actually wasn't too terrible. I mean, a lot of people like to give Nia flack, but, Nia wasn't too bad either. Both of these ladies, they were really good here. I've always said I've never minded Nia. I just wish she was better in the ring. I've never had an issue with Nia. She's never really, bothered me or concerned me. I've never had any issues with her. I think the more thing that was bad with Nia was that she was pretty unsafe in the ring when she injured Bayley, and she almost injured Charlotte, and she hurt, some people. But at the end of the day, accidents happen when those situations happened. But yeah, I personally think Nia's gotten a lot safer lately. Everyone has an opinion. I think Nia's gotten a lot safer in the ring lately, and I really did enjoy this match, shockingly. And I got a smile on my face with Rhea Ripley scoring the win here, and I was very happy with that. Nia got rolled up. I wish it was a clean riptide. I wish it was a riptide and that was it, but it always has to be the ultimate finishing move, the roll-up, that scores the victory here for everybody these days. Nia and Shayna continue to dissolve, and I hope they break up soon. Because, I would rather them not be together, because I never really liked them together. But Rhea would come back in as they would, while her and Shayna were arguing. Shayna walked away, and then Rhea would come back in, and she would give Nia Jax a monstrous riptide. People like to talk about Bianca Belair being the strongest. Well, I personally think Rhea Ripley is now the strongest after being able to riptie Nia Jax. Let's see Bianca Belair do that. Let's see Bianca Belair KOD Nia Jax. Then we had Mansoor, the Saudi bumhole, and Mustafa Ali. They battled Mace and Teabag once again, and this time Teabag and Mace would score the win. Typical 50-50 booking 101 right there. And nobody really gave a shit. Charlotte came out and cut a promo, and these are the big issues I have with Charlotte. Her heel promos are just not that great. I've always preferred her as a babyface. You guys know I've always preferred her as a face. She talked about some woman leaving the Olympic Games, and she went on to talk about how cashing in the Money in the Bank is a coward's and a cheap way to win a championship. She calls it a cheap way to win. She pulls out all these weapons and she talks about how she's been cashed in on 3 times. Then Nikki Ash would come from behind and smack her with a chair, which Charlotte did not sell very well. I'll get to Charlotte's selling later on when we talk about her match with Nikki Cross. And yes, you're going to be very surprised to hear me be a bit negative. I mean, hey, Charlotte's one of my all-time favorites, and of course I have to be negative, because, you know, all's fair in love and war. Gotta be fair. Speaking of things that are not fair, Tamina, even though her partner Natalya is injured, is apparently still allowed to carry around the Women's Tag Team Championships. I hate when this happens. I hate when WWE do this. If you are injured, you should be automatically stripped of the championship. I remember it was around about 2017, Naomi sprayed her ankle, and it wasn't all that serious, and they immediately stripped her of the title immediately, which wasn't even that serious of an injury, but everybody else can be injured and have serious injuries, and somehow they can still get away with holding championships. And if you're Andrade, you can violate a wellness policy, and you could still be a United States champion. I really hate it when WWE does that. If you are injured or if you violate a wellness policy, you should automatically be stripped. I do not give a toss if this is Tamina's first title. Natalya is injured, they should be stripped of the titles. Tamina battled Doudrop, Piper Niven, whatever you want to call her. Piper lost here. This was Piper Niven's first time losing on the main roster. Oh no, she's buried. She got buried because she lost. Eva Marie directed traffic and ultimately cost her the match. Alexa Bliss was laughing in the background and saying the loser of the match is Eva Marie. Eva Marie wasn't even in the match, so no, she didn't lose. Damian Priest was on Miz TV. The Miz and John Morrison. God, they're just so darn annoying. They are just so darn annoying. I do not know. Like, I enjoyed them when they first got together, when they did the whole, hey, hey, ho, ho. Like, that stuff was hilarious. But now they're just over the top and obnoxious. I guess that's what makes them good heels, I guess. They're over the top and obnoxious and annoying. But Damian Priest would then later challenge John Morrison, which, you know, ends up happening. And Damian Priest just sprays the dripstick or the moist, whatever they bloody call it, at The Miz, which I'm not gonna lie, I did find that pretty hilarious. Damian Priest would defeat John Morrison, then Sheamus would come out, and then Ricochet would come out, and then we get ourselves a good old tag team match, and Damian Priest and Ricochet would win, and John Morrison, once again, taking another loss. John Morrison took 2 losses in one night. Man, I almost feel bad for him, but hey, I guess it's better than pinning your champion. I guess it's better than pinning your champion and making him look weak. Riddle took on Omos. Omos debuted new music, and I actually really like it. It fits his whole moniker of being a big man. But Omos destroys Riddle, and I thought that was really satisfying to watch, because Riddle is an absolute bum. So Omos would win, destroying Matt Riddle. And people told me Randy Orton was advertised for this Raw. I didn't see Randy Orton anywhere. When you tell me someone is advertised, when you're saying they're advertised, it means you're saying they are going to be there. Isn't that right, Summer? Isn't that right, Summer? Yes, my cat is here. And yes, my cat is here in my room, and now she's trying to, grab my leg, and she's trying to grab my leg. Summer, knock it off. Hey, no biting, Summer. I guess I should not have bugged her. Don't give me that look. Yeah. So, you tell me that Randy Orton is advertised and I don't see him? Yeah, sorry. I don't like it. I don't like that. Eva Marie and Piper Niven attacked Alexa Bliss backstage. I guess that was fun, because, seeing Alexa Bliss get her ass kicked is always satisfying. And then we had Keith Lee versus Karrion Kross. This is a rematch from last week. And Keith Lee this time would score the win over Karrion Kross. Oh no! Oh dear no! Karrion Kross. Oh no, he is buried. The guy is buried because you can't afford to lose one match. Oh no! If you lose a match at all, your mystique is gone. Everything about you is gone. Oh no, because Vince McMahon hates NXT. Vince McMahon just hates NXT because when an NXT guys lose, that means he hates NXT. Oh dear. What a criming shame, isn't it? I'm no fan of Karrion Kross, so I wouldn't really care. So I don't care less. I couldn't care less if the guy loses. I mean, honestly. Keith Lee needed the win more than Karrion Kross did, and it's funny because Karrion Kross was so used to seeing him win all the time on NXT, and I find it really funny that we're seeing him lose a lot more on the main roster. And you know what? I don't believe the hype in Karrion Kross. I just don't really think he's as good as everybody makes him out to be. Reggie defended the 24/7 title. I mean, who really gives a shit about this? But he defended it against Akira Tozawa. Who the hell cares? Reggie retained. And then we had Nikki Ash and Charlotte Flair in the main event. And Charlotte Flair loses this match clean. As clean as my washing in my... As clean as my washing. It was super duper clean. And I don't want anyone tell me... Oh, and by the way... There were some people proclaiming that Charlotte Flair was protected in this match. She was not protected at all. You can't protect someone in a no disqualification match. Well, technically you can. There's only one way you can. And someone told me the stipulation itself protected Charlotte Flair. I'm just like, can't you just give her credit? Like, what is it with people just absolutely refusing to give Charlotte credit for actually losing a match clean? This is a rarity. This is one of the rarest things you could ever get. Charlotte Flair losing a match clean. This is one of the rarest things you could ever see happen. And yet you're going to still try and find an excuse that they protected her? Oh, the stipulation protected her. Oh, she made a mistake. She made a mistake. That's what protected Charlotte Flair. No, there's only one way to protect someone in a no disqualification match, and that only way to protect her would have been Rhea Ripley. If Rhea Ripley assisted Nikki Cross, then I would agree with you that she was protected. But because since there was no outside shenanigans, and it's a no disqualification match, Charlotte Flair lost clean as my washing. It's a clean loss. You cannot tell me it was not clean. I find it ridiculous how people just continue and continue and continue to try everything in their power to not give Charlotte any kind of credit. She won, she lost clean, she put Nikki Cross over. Just be freaking happy. Don't you people want her to lose? Don't you people want her to help the future and give back and actually elevate someone else? If that's what you wanted, then this should make you happy. But no, apparently the stipulation protected her. Give me a break. Now, as I mentioned before about her selling, the one thing I noticed about this match is that Charlotte's selling wasn't really as good. I feel like she really needs to up the ante on her selling. I think she needs to, she's been around for a long time, and I don't know how she's her selling is weird. She ran into the post and she didn't really sell the post shot. It's like she just ran right into it and then she was like, oh, my arm or something like that. I think Charlotte needs to really get better at her selling, because I think her selling is kind of what is annoying a lot of people, and yeah, I can definitely see, the selling being a bit of an issue. So I think Charlotte selling needs to get better, because I understand she's so used to winning. That's probably the whole point. She's so used to winning, it's a rarity for her to sell, and it's a rarity for her to lose. Especially clean. Especially clean. This is a rare time that Charlotte ever loses clean. And I get so darn annoyed when people continue to try and try to, give excuses to why Charlotte Flair lost. And another excuse I heard was because Ric Flair got released. Who cares? That has nothing to do with Charlotte Flair losing this. Yeah, it's her dad, but what does her dad have to do with Charlotte Flair losing? Jesus Christ. I'm just happy she lost clean. We all should be happy that she lost clean. I don't care if it was I don't care if it's a no DQ match. She lost clean. Losing clean is hitting your finisher and the 1, the 2, and the 3. And Nikki Cross hit her finisher. It wasn't a stupid roll-up. Rhea Ripley didn't come out and assist Nikki. It was straight up. Nikki hit her finisher. Charlotte was out. And she got pinned. That is as simple as that. That is as clean as you can get. So thank you all so much for watching this Monday Night Raw review. I hope you guys did enjoy. Hit that thumbs up. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. And give me your thoughts on, do you guys agree that Charlotte Flair lost clean? Or do you think it was somehow a protected loss? You guys let me know down below. And I will see you all next time.